I want to tell you a story about a little girl. She was bright and loving, curious and imaginative, soft spoken, but she could belt out Britney Spears songs till her throat hurt. She loved books and words and the ocean. There was a real sweetness to her. But she grew up in a house where emotional sensitivity wasn't allowed or understood, which was hard because she really needed that kind of validation. So what did she do? She adapted. She tried to be good, to be lovable, to be wanted, to belong. And as she grew into a teenager and later into an adult, she stopped asking for help. She became dependable, the strong one, because somewhere along the way she learned needing is weak, crying is weak, rest is weak. She came from a long line of women who made shit happen because they had to, so she did too. She took on roles: protector, responsible, caregiver. She worked multiple jobs, said yes when she really meant fuck no, and measured her worth by how much she could carry. She believed self-sacrifice was love. She wanted so badly to be loved that she twisted herself up to feel needed, shrunk herself down to be digestible, told herself, one day they will see everything I've done, everything I've given. But that day never came. What did come was resentment with a capital R, burnout, feeling invisible, confusion about who she really was. Yeah, that girl is me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling very exposed right now. Hi, hello, this is Renee from the future. Speaking of expose is the perfect word to describe the process of creating this video. When I tell you the resistance, when I tell you the tech issues as part of the resistance, I don't know who else needs to hear this message besides me getting it out into the world. It has been a adventure. Nonetheless, it's happening. So instead of seeing me talk for the first part, you will see some clips, but the message is still the same. I felt like I didn't want to record it over because this would have been really my fourth time recording this part of the video over, and I just felt like it would have been overkill. And I think all in all, it really is a lesson in my perfectionist nature and to surrender to the messiness that is creativity. So I hope that you will still receive what it is that you need. And as for the second part of the video, you'll see me talking more. But the audio, but the audio also was not in the second part of the video. Like there was no audio. I guess my mic turned off, whatever. Anyway, cheers. I hope you enjoy. Sharing this feels very cringe, but it even feels deeper than cringe. It feels just raw and open. And there's so much resistance in creating this. But I think that is almost like the medicine, because sometimes I think when there is resistance in sharing something, it means that it wants to breathe, it wants to live somewhere else. And so, yeah, I think it's time for this to live and every somewhere else outside of my mind and my journals and my body. And so what I've learned is that the they doesn't really matter as much as I thought it did. What I've learned is that this way of being, these patterns, existed way before I got here, way before I could even speak. And part of me, there could have been a part of me that was like, okay, like this has nothing because it's been here and it's been here forever. Or even if you don't, if I didn't even have that awareness of this is something that is not, that is me, but is not me, that I could have been like, this is just the way it is. This is just the way it is. And it is what it is, onwards. But there was always this quiet whispering that kept saying, like, we deserve more than whatever it is that I was feeling. It's almost like when you are comfortable, but also you're only comfortable because it's familiar. You're not comfortable because it feels good. And so I had to get really comfortable with these shadow parts of myself. And so in this case, the martyr, like I had to ask questions. I had to get curious. I had to ask, what was it trying to tell me? What does it want to say? Making space for it, even though it was not pretty. And, of course, I didn't really want to hear what it was trying to say. It's funny because in making this, I remembered that the root word of martyr is witness. And I think that's really powerful. In this context, it's like on the shadow side, the martyr is this person who is giving and sacrificing in order to receive something, right? To receive something from the external world, whether it's from someone, whether it's from a specific person or um they're just trying to receive something, right? They're trying to be recognized for something. They want their sacrifice to be known. That's the shadow part. Whereas on the light side of the martyr is still the witness, but the martyr is able to witness themselves. They're able to see what they've walked through and not get lost in it, not disappear in everything that they've had to battle or battle, so to speak. There is no good or bad, right or wrong, right? It is what it is, and it depends where you're at on your journey. And but I will say that one of these aspects is trying to walk the other one home, right? So in this case, I think that the shadow aspect of the martyr, the overgiving, the self-sacrifice, it's trying to, for me, trying to lead me back to, aw, look at her. She's so annoyed. So my computer ran out of space, and so the audio wasn't working when I got it connected again. So here we are. Let's continue. And so for me, the martyr was leading me back to who I really am, which is leading me back to my tenderness and inner safety and inner belonging, self belonging, leading me back to my nurturing energy, um, teaching me that it was okay, that it is okay to, be soft, that I could be soft with myself and that I didn't need to earn anything, that I didn't need to bleed for belonging. And yeah, the journey was not and has not been easy or pretty at times, but I think something that I stand by and that has really helped me and supported me and that I lean into often is curiosity, because I think curiosity coupled with, any kind of shadow work, it kind of allows for a little bit more there's like a flow to it. It's not even that there's no pressure. It just feels like there's a little bit more allowance and you could even say play, maybe, if you wanted to, with with curiosity, because then you can just ask questions. You don't have to be attached to any one way of thinking or being, or what something means. It's just, asking. For me in this case, it's like asking, like, what does the martyr want to say? What does it want to tell me? What is it needing? Because a lot of times, like, these shadow parts of ourselves, they want to be recognized, they want to be acknowledged. And so, yeah. And yeah, if you see yourself in this, then I hope you know you're not alone, and that you do not have to bleed for belonging. You don't have to self-sacrifice, because it's not going to get you what you really truly want and desire. And but this process is not easy. So, have a lot of grace and softness with yourself and gentleness. Take your time. Um, yeah, I almost see this as like shadow work, as some people, I guess maybe some people could see it as scary or daunting. But again, I think curiosity is key, and it's almost like a reclining into yourself when you are doing this work. Every single time you uncover a different part of yourself and uncover a different part of the shadow of your shadow, or get in contact, cultivate a relationship with another part of your shadow, it's almost like a reclining into yourself, like a deeper sense of knowing of who you are and who you're not. And um if you think about like a rocking chair, you can't just, like, I guess you could, but it wouldn't feel good to just plop down in a rocking chair, right? Like, you kind of ease your way onto the edge of the chair, and then you recline and lean back. And that's kind of how I see shadow work. It's a deepening, it's a constant, like, easing into and seeing what feels good, but not necessarily like good, like surface level good, but more of like what feels true for you, what feels true to your soul, to who you actually are, not who your ego wants you to believe that you are, but who you actually are. So yeah, that is the martyr. I'm so grateful for you for listening and for being here. Thank you so much. I would love to hear whatever it is that you would like to share with me in the comments. Tell me all the things. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm rooting for you. Keep taking your time. I love you. And I will see you when I see you. Bye.